good food is all about your well-being. Everything else about you starts with a positive meal.
Everybody should have the accessibility and the right to eat good, healthy, nutritious food.
I think enjoyable, actually, with other people. You can have good food on your own, but it's not very nice. I came to Grangetown Kitchen Gardens and found a new family.
The two things you can guarantee when you go into a poor community is takeaways and betting shops. What does that tell you? The people that can't afford it are being hit the hardest.
What's not working is the packaging, the processes the foods are going through before they ever reach the customer.
We produce so much more food than is actually put on anyone's plates, and yet we have high levels of food poverty and food inequality.
There's a need for much greater education.
We've got so many people in our nation that are going hungry and can't afford to buy food. So to actually have some way of having a system that is fairer for people, that actually everyone can access affordable food. And I think the supermarkets can really play a role in that process. I think it's important that we all have a voice to be able to contribute and actually bring about change where everybody can access affordable, healthy food for them and their families.
I think the passion that's behind food, that everyone you talk to can relate to the old days, relate to a time in their life when they were in their childhood, where that was better. And I know you can't go backwards, I know you can't, but the passion that people are still wanting good food at a reasonable price. And I think to be in a room full of people who all have that very similar goal almost stirs you a bit to say you can stand up and be counted, you know. You might only be one, but you could tell 10 people tomorrow.
There's a need for much greater education into what we're providing and how we're providing it.
Educating people around food from a young age, just making the changes integral from younger ages.
You know, there's huge amounts of food that's thrown out from supermarkets, well, all sorts of places. Surely there's a way that there would be less waste of food.
The mainstream methods that we're using for food production aren't supporting the environment. If anything, they're degrading the environment.
I live on a community housing estate where we've got a community garden, but so many people don't understand the link between growing food, what food is, where it comes from. Everybody should be able to have a free space where they can grow food.
If I can find someone local, I would prefer to support local. If many people did that, there could be a whole nation who refuses plastic and process.
People in care homes and hospitals and in nurseries, etc., is poor quality. If we can put that money back into the hands of local farmers where it's more nutritious, it's lower food miles, it's reducing CO2, and it's the people that need it most.
The government especially have a huge amount of responsibilities in making sure that citizens are well informed, citizens are provided with whatever they need in order to access nutritious food.
In the food conversation, we spoke about the idea of the Ministry of Food, and that Ministry of Food would take on the role of supporting agroecological food production in the UK, regulating food businesses, one that also supports an education system that values farming, cooking and healthy food.
The current food system that we have, a lot of it just isn't affordable for people to be able to buy good, healthy, sustainable food. Everyone, no matter whether they're on benefits, whether they're in work, that they can afford to buy local, fresh and sustainable food.
I think it's important that we all have a voice to be able to contribute and actually bring about change that makes it a fairer society where everybody can access affordable, healthy food for them and their families.
The fact that these conversations are happening and just really wanting to see us get to a place where the food system is different and change is happening.
To be able to have food that is going to do me good and see food that will do other people good as well, so that we can all grow, be healthy and live our lives to the full potential.